a 250,000 people undergo liposuction every year, but it is not without dangerous risks. In fact, you are 20 times more likely to die during liposuction than the average surgery.
Especially if they do your tongue.
Yeah, but doesn't it look good? So, before you even consider lipo, we're finding out everything you need to know from the author of The Smart Woman's Guide to Plastic Surgery, Dr. Jean Loftus. Welcome, Doctor. Thanks for joining us. Now, I know that you have performed many of these surgeries. You are a plastic surgeon. So first explain what the surgery entails. And just so the audience will know, we do have a video, and it is very graphic, so you should know that going in.
Liposuction involves the surgical removal of fat through multiple small incisions. And as you can see, what we'll do is we use the liposuction rod, move it back and forth through the fat methodically until we remove the proper amount of fat, and we spend about 20 to 30 minutes in each site.
That looks so invasive and hurtful and mean.
But you're asleep, you don't see that.
No. It can be done under sedation or under general anesthesia.
You mean there's an option?
It depends on the extent.
Is it painful surgery, and what is the recovery like?
I tell people about a week off work, but the range could be anywhere from 2 days to 2 weeks, depending on the extent of the procedure and the person's resilience. And as you recover, you get to wear this little number. This is a liposuction garment that you need to wear for 3 weeks to 6 weeks.
And why do you wear that?
You need to ensure that the skin gets compressed to make it nice and smooth afterwards.
Otherwise, it'll just hang off you? Or?
It could.
Yeah.
A lot of irregularities.
Okay.
Jean, who would be considered a perfect candidate for this type of surgery?
Someone who is close to their ideal body weight, but who still has an area of diet-resistant fat or exercise-resistant fat that they just can't get rid of.
That's that little pocket on the side, little love handles and stuff like that.
Exactly.
What if you just want to get rid of some fat?
Divorce?
You said
Is there one area in a person's body that could actually benefit from liposuction, in one particular?
It depends on what you're concerned with. And as you can see here, any area in yellow is fair game for liposuction, which is pretty much most of the body. The areas that we try to avoid are the calves, the forearms, the buttock crease, and the face, because those areas will give an irregular result and an unpredictable result.
And they're also visible. You can see it all. All right, you have some before and after pictures, so let's look at the before and after picture of a stomach.
This woman had a Pucci abdomen, which you can see has gotten a lot flatter.
What?
Pucci. Pucci.
And how long did that take? I mean, that was
We know
3
what
weeks
you were
later,
thinking.
Looks like that?
That's a 6 to 12 week follow-up.
6 to 12 week follow-up.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, and this is the thighs.
This woman, if you look at her before picture, she appears to have somewhat of a violin silhouette if you look at her hips and her outer thighs.
Most women are built like that, doctor.
Well, they tend to be.
Yeah.
That's why we have liposuction.
Why? Why change it? Why not leave it like that? If that's the way most women are, then why do we have to go to that one? That looks like a boy over there.
Well, that's the beauty,
like us are always
that's the
talking
beauty
about
of
diets.
plastic surgery. The people who don't want it to be changed don't have to have it done.
Yeah, but we use that one as the ideal picture. Okay, what about the butt?
And this woman was troubled by her buttock and outer thighs. We also call that the saddlebag area, and as you can see on the right.
Well, if you're going to
it's got
call it a
smooth
saddlebag, of course we're going to hate it. Let's call it a daisy, you know? Call it a Gucci bag and we'd all want it. Because if I ever get this done, am I going to get rid of the cellulite or not?
No, liposuction will not improve cellulite, and cellulite is due to superficial fat. And it causes the skin to look irregular, lumpy, bumpy, and really kind of cottage cheesy. And for anyone out there who doesn't know what cellulite looks like, the rest of us hate you. Anyway, because it's superficial, liposuction will not improve it and actually could make it look worse.
So what's the point then? You still have all that buckling.
Liposuction will remove the volume of fat. It'll reduce the overall volume, but it won't affect the skin appearance.
But then I think you probably have more rippling, as a matter of fact.
Well, you can wear smaller pants, though,
You wear that thing and it smooths your skin out.
Yeah, but you can't ever be seen without that.
No, only for 3 weeks. But it doesn't get rid of the cellulite is what the doctor's trying to say.
Does not affect
I want to talk a little bit about when liposuction does not work. I remember doing stories about people who had really bad results, and then I read a staggering statistic. A recent study suggests that 1 out of every 5,000 patients undergoing this procedure die on the operating table. We've heard all about liposuction mills and everything. What are the real dangers, doctor?
Well, the first cause of death with liposuction is a blood clot. They can form during the leg, during surgery, and it can break free and travel through your circulatory system, lodge in your lungs, and essentially cause suffocation. The second cause is penetration of an internal organ with a liposuction rod. And as you can see, this is an actual liposuction rod. It's long, it's thin, it's strong, and the end can be sharp. So if it's pointed in the wrong direction, that could spell disaster.
I hate when that happens.
And the third cause has to do with fluid imbalances. A lot of people don't realize this, but prior to doing liposuction, we actually pump fluid into the fat, and then we remove that fluid with the fat when we do the liposuction.
Is that to make it easier to remove?
It is. It makes it stiffer, it makes your final result smoother, and it decreases blood loss. But this fluid in and out can put your body's fluid balance off kilter.
Doctor, I know there are a lot of people who are considering male and female liposuction. What are the things that we can do to reduce those risks?
Number
that
one,
we talk about?
you need to make sure that you find a qualified plastic surgeon.
Not the cheapest place, you guys. Just because it's in the yellow pages, you know.
Well,
Lipo or us, yeah. Don't go there. Yeah.
You would think it would be easy, but there are many unqualified people, general practitioners, dermatologists, even dentists doing it. It's very, very difficult.
And then
make sure the operating room that your surgeon uses is certified to perform the operation.
We have a woman in our audience, Donna, who had terrible results from her lipo. What happened to you?
Well, after my surgery, I noticed that my legs were quite lumpy in certain areas and really depressed in other areas, very uneven.
So you were doing your thigh area, or your...
I was doing my thigh area.
Yeah.
Did you go to a good doctor?
Obviously not, huh?
Well, obviously, I didn't check it out thoroughly enough, but the doctor I'm seeing here in New York now to correct the problem, Dr. Foster, I did check out
he's very
thoroughly
good.
the second time.
He's the best.
Yeah, we know him.
So you end
I
up
agree.
just very lumpy, is what you're saying?
Very lumpy, very uneven. You know, there were pockets. Dr. Foster explained to me that too much was removed from certain areas and not enough from others. So the areas that had too much removed were actually almost adhering to my muscle almost.
Let me ask
others
you one
were
more
puffed
question
out.
before we
It's
go.
terrible.
Because this is the question, and you might be able to answer it too. People say that when you get lipo, let's say you have it sucked out of your thighs, and then you put on a few pounds, it pops up out on your neck, or you have in your back, you got a big lump or something. Is that true?
It's possible.
See? That's the worst news about lipo
Possible,
right
but
there.
uncommon.
Well, the price does range from anywhere from $3,000 to about $10,000,
Depending
on the number of areas. Just want to let you know
So the
that.
point is to be careful to pick your doctor properly and make sure you research it as best you can. Our thanks to Dr. Jean Loftus, and we want to remind you to check with your own doctor before considering any medical procedure. We'll be right back.